Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I only got about 2 hours sleep last night. I have had a much harder time recovering from this ablation than I did my first one, and I'm starting to wonder if maybe I have one or two complications from it. I'm having an issue where I try to lay down and it's kind of like a little bit of shortness of breath type deal. It's like every time I try to go to sleep, I might catch myself like where I'm trying to get a good breath. And I had my ankles swole up this weekend from I think that's from like saline that they use in surgery or something. So I'm going to call my doctor this morning to see what they think about that. But anyway, so it's been kind of a rough week for me. It's last time I recovered pretty quick from the thing, but I just feel like it's not 100% right this time. But it's not like major, like where I've got fever. I think if there was anything bad going on, I think I would have fever and that kind of thing. So nothing major, but it's something I'm going to make the phone call on today. Okay, this is a tweet that I did last night. That every once in a while I bring this topic back up. And I've got an idea for something that I might want to do here. I said, make sure that your exit strategy and price points are written down. When the crypto market awakens, it will be completely without warning and shocking to all. Zero doubt. Now, this is very true. When the market finally does take off, and every time that I've seen a bull market, it comes out of nowhere, and you will go from being depressed about bear market very quickly to a feeling of euphoria that many of you have never experienced in your life and probably never will again. And you'll also experience a fear of what do I do? When do I go? When do I sell? And you will experience that too. And you may not be able to imagine that right now, but that's exactly what it'll be like. So what I was thinking about doing is doing a live stream possibly today where it's just about exit strategies, so that the whole thing will be spent with my looking at your questions or anything that you wanted to know about what I think about exit strategy. I've never done that before. I think that might be a good way to do a live stream. I was talking to the official neighbor of the Digital Asset Investor channel this weekend, and he said that that's the way that I need to do live streams, is to pick a specific topic, whether it's a piece of news from a day or whatever. But I think that exit strategy is the first topic that I'm going to do one on. And so I might do that today, and I'll keep you posted. Okay. From XRP Researcher, he sent out two good things this morning. XRP liquidity index has grown by over 600,000 in the past week. MoneyGram's starting to ramp up. Now, you can go on both of the things I'm going to show you from him. You can go, his website is xrprightnow.com, and you can go and check out his write-ups on these things. I like how he summarizes these things so I can cover a lot of different pieces of information in one video. So you can go and check that out. Also, he sent this: Ripple-powered money tap to be integrated by Fukushima Bank. And this is also an article where he did a write-up. And money tap, remember, that's what came out of from SBI Ripple Asia, went over there and formed that bank consortium of like 80% of the banks in Japan. And money tap is how they're trying to set up to use RippleNet between all of those banks, eventually moving money from customer to customer. All right, let's see. Jinu Patel, as usual, since he is the Financial News Network bureau chief of the planet of this channel, he is always on the ball. And I mean, this guy is like the Dan Aykroyd of our era. That's how important he is to the channel. Did I say Dan Aykroyd? I meant Dan Rather of our era. Okay, but he sent me this. I'm not sure, I can't even say that. He says more than 100 banks, 100 Indian banks signed up for using XCurrent in India. This is one of the BRICS thinking about a new settlement system for bypassing USD 1 plus former Reserve Bank of India's governor at Swell. This is from King Solomon. Blockchain, a primer for India, from the Center for Internet and Society. More than 100 banks have signed up with XCurrent. I don't know where King Solomon and these guys find all these things, but they just keep on finding them. But right here it says it plain as day. And yes, India is one of those BRICS countries. No telling what's going to happen with all that. Okay, Marcus Heights. I don't know if I follow this person. I don't recognize that name. I don't. They don't follow me, but I'll give him a follow. Okay, second new corridor opened today. Euro transfer by Bitstamp Europe to BTC Markets Australia. And I don't even know exactly what we're looking at here. I'm not sure exactly what this is. I don't know if they're saying that they're transferring yeah, okay. I think they're saying they're transferring Bitcoin over the XRP ledger. That's good for you and me. Okay, now this, I think that this was a spoof right here. This is a XRP, the Standard Productions, had sent this out. It's a coil blog. Ripple CTO David Schwartz down for maintenance rumors abound. And what this is, let's see, I haven't pulled this up. Let's pull this up. I'll show you what the spoof looks like. He's saying in this article that Ripple sent this tweet out. Our CTO, David Schwartz, will be down for maintenance beginning Monday, 11/18 at 12 a.m. We hope to have his functions fully restored by late Tuesday night. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding during this routine maintenance. So I'm pretty sure this is a spoof coil blog, but David Schwartz did reply to this, and he says, I'm not dead yet. Praise the Lord, he's not dead yet. That wouldn't be good. Okay. Plus, he's a very nice guy. Market watch, cash is king, and these investors are hoarding it in case of a recession. We covered something a while back about how Warren Buffett was hoarding a lot of cash because he saw a recession on the horizon. But this article from Market Watch is talking about how 55% of wealthy investors are doing the same thing. That should tell you a lot about what they believe is coming. Okay, and then we've got this from Bull Run Wonka. Important events happening this week. HODL XRP, Wonka knows. And then this is a thread from Bloomberg Economics. Central bankers in Europe and the U.S. will come under the microscope this week. And it says Christine Lagarde is set to deliver her first major policy speech as ECB president on Friday, with investors on the lookout for clues of her policy initiatives, communication style. The ECB also releases an account of its final meeting with meeting under Mario Draghi, and both it and the German central bank published financial stability reviews. So anyway, we've all kind of felt like some of these moves could possibly have to do with leveling the playing field, and possibly Ripple, possibly even XRP. So we're going to see how all this unfolds with Christine Lagarde. Okay, Bull Run Wonka had another interesting tweet. Reports that Russia intelligence has taken $450 million worth of crypto from an exchange. Get your HODL stash off of the exchanges before you suffer the same fate. Stash your XRP and Bitcoin on the blockchain and protect your keys. Every video I've ever done, you can get a Ledger Nano S. That's what I use to store my digital assets offline, or my private keys offline. So you should definitely do that if you've not done it. The Crypto Utility Guy, CEO of the Crypto Utility Club and official ex-smoker to the DAI channel for being shot as a Nazi prisoner on Band of Brothers, sent me this. This is from Green Eggs and Ham, at Ham Eggs Sam. Shit is hitting the fan around the world. I've always been impressed by their ability to kick the can. I just wonder how much road is left. I've wondered the same exact thing. Well, he's tweeting out this article. China quietly bails out another bank with 620 billion yuan in assets. China's Harbin Bank became the fifth bank to be effectively bailed out. So you can kind of see the flashes around the world of what's going on. Now, this is interesting right here. from Michael at VAL5 Links. Michael Arrington of Arrington XRP Capital and founder of TechCrunch responded to the incident and tweeted, Bank of America just fired one of the top 5 venture capitalists in Silicon Valley. My only guess is he bought Bitcoin. What this is about is this tweet from Michael Arrington. And he's retweeting. This is apparently the guy who is a venture capitalist, some major venture capitalist. They closed his personal checking savings account. This is the same thing we've been seeing reported all over the place with people where banks just shut their bank account down because they bought Bitcoin or something like that, and they won't tell you why they shut it down and all of that. It's really pitiful, but it shows you how scared they are. And then this is worthy of passing along from the Daily Hodl. Global Bitcoin and crypto ATMs hit 6,000. Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum leading the pack. And we know that XRP is being added to, I can't remember the name of the company, but Spring had invested in a company that's also going to put XRP on some of these ATMs. So this is only growing. Sergeant Obi-Wan, this is regulatory information out of the UK. Crypto assets are now tradable property. Smart contracts are enforceable. And this is from the UK Jurisdiction Task Force. That is interesting. And so, meanwhile, over here in the US, we're talking about Bitcoin. Okay, I wanted to show you this. Fact, great things happen when you distance yourself from all the negative people. I have found this to be true in my life. If you're a young person listening to me, I've never, ever, ever, ever seen a negative person do much of anything. Maybe on a temporary basis, but over the long haul, keeping a positive attitude, and that doesn't mean positive despite the evidence. It means always be positive. And I tell my kids this, and I even tell my wife this. When you wake up in the morning, you have 2 options, and most people choose option number 1. Option number 1 is you can wake up in a reactive state where you immediately go out into the world and you react to the environment that you experience that day. And especially when you're on Twitter, that environment can be poisonous. It can be the most poisonous place on earth. Your second option is to go out into the world with a positive attitude. Start your day by reading something positive or listening to something positive, and then go out into the world in a positive gear. And I can promise you that is a much more effective way to approach life than going out and just being poised to react to whatever poisonous insults or negative things you experience. If you start in a positive gear, it will change the way that everything unfolds for you, not just in a day, but in a life, if you keep that as a habit. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family to start every day in a positive gear, not in neutral or a negative gear. Thank you for listening.